long time no see. Hello, welcome back. Please don't mind this. This is bleach, by the way. It's not chocolate or something. How are you? How are you? Long time no see. Last video, last vlog I posted was from how long ago? 10 days ago? Really? Felt longer. Yeah, 10 days ago. And of course, 5 people watched it. So thank you, 5 people. How are you? How are you holding? How was your Easter? If you celebrated Easter, or if you didn't celebrate Easter, how was your week? It's been a while. Sorry, I wanted to coffee, by the way. I really wanted to vlog during these days, but I felt so overwhelmed so much that I didn't have the strength to talk. And the one moment that I felt to talk was the moment where I recorded the 2 videos that I did. Cheers, by the way. So yeah, I didn't have the strength to do anything, honestly. But today I really felt to come here and share some shit, something. Sorry for the bad word. Because I'm looking for my lip balm. Yes. Because, okay, basically what is happening is really simple. I'm going to share a lot of personal stuff today, but I don't care because it's personal. I'm not naming names, whatever. So in the past 10 days, I went into, let's call it a spiral. Yeah. Where I felt everything and nothing at the same time, but mostly I felt abandoned again and again because it's pretty simple. So if you watched other videos, I said that me and my brother bought a house together. This house was for all my family. So for me, my brother mostly, but then also for my mother, when she got old, a place for us to stay, to have. Also because since I always moved, from the moment I left my house, like where my parents were, when I was 19, so it's about 13 years ago, practically a baby, adolescent. I always carried most of my stuff. Maybe I left like 1 or 2 boxes of like mostly books or mangas that I have here. But all my stuff came with me. Also my printer. When I bought this printer 5 years ago, I don't remember. Everything. I always carried everything. And I switched lots of places, honestly. Last year, I did only 1 moving, but 2 years ago I did 3. Every year for me it's I am prepared for at least one or two movings. So therefore, all my stuff was constantly moving. So I always hated the idea to have a house because of the expenses and like practical stuff. I wasn't so into this. But then I started feeling the necessity basically to have a quarter, to have a main quarter, a main base. So we talked and we decided to go along with this project. But this project came to an end, I want to say, but it's not an end honestly, and I'm going to talk to explain. So my mother decided to go back to South Italy, where she was 6 months ago, and where I'm from basically. And my brother will follow in maybe 1 or 2 weeks, I don't know. So I will be alone with my dog. So I won't be alone. There's my dog, but yeah, and in the same breath, I want to say that my dog. If you watched the other vlogs, you know, maybe I don't know, that my dog is an oldie. He's 15 years old, and lately he's been experiencing some, health situation. It's nothing too bad, honestly, but I worry a lot. So with all these things in mind, plus other things that I'm going to tell you in a second, I went into a black hole, honestly, and I started thinking and spiraling, thinking about the idea of abandonment and the idea of, oh my god, why I talk always about depressing stuff. Well, whatever. These 5 people will soon enough become like 2. Well, what can I say? So yeah, I started spiraling honestly into this black hole, thinking about abandonment, about what, because I'm not afraid to be alone. I love to be alone. I'm not unhappy that they decided to go, like, I'm not angry that they decided to go back and leave the house. I am a person that when I say something, I like to pursue that something that I said until I can, honestly. I would put everything into that. I will give my all to that. And it's always been like this with everything, like friendship, like partners and family business, honestly. But when I'm faced with the other side, with the counterpart, with other people, I am never given the same. And I know you cannot like control how people do and act and react. I know that. No worries. So I'm not angry or sad that they are going to leave. Honestly, I'm happy that they, like mostly my mother, finally understood what she wants to do. But all this to say that during these 10 days, I thought a lot. I was there thinking, rethinking, searching, writing, mentally journaling, and then today, finally, I put something on paper about one, let's call it condition. I don't know if it's a condition, that in the past years has become a really, really, really problematic behavior, which is this. My behavior. I always talk about me. I'm only responsible for myself, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to tell you with 3 examples. But first, let me tell you that I like to, finally, I came up with a good metaphor to let other people understand what the hell I mean with this. Okay, so basically in my life, I went through a bunch of shit, like everybody does, more or less, whatever. And talking about relationship, again, friendship, blah blah blah. I went through many situations. I met many people. Have had friends, lost uh, people in my family, lost partners. But there's always been a common denominator lately, honestly. And maybe also a little bit when I was younger, but when I was younger, I was a little bit more carefree, honestly. So when I face a relationship, it's like, and I'm going to say the metaphor, it's like I'm walking on a street, no? I'm walking straight ahead on the street. And at a certain point, I find myself to that, like that I need to cross the street, no? And I start looking around for the traffic light and the signals, and I started seeing these signals from afar. I noticed the signals, I noticed the traffic light, I noticed that the traffic light is red, I noticed the stop, like people stop, do not cross if the light is red, the signals, everything. I see people stopping at the crossing. And I, like my brain, understand those signals, understand what they mean, that I need to stop. But it's like, at the same time, even if I understand and notice and know what they mean, my leg keeps going, keeps crossing, cars going and coming and going, and eventually I got hit, So this metaphor is something that occurred in 3 instances lately in my life. And not many people know about this. Only my closest friend, my colleagues, ex-colleagues where I used to work, because some of this shit honestly happened in front of them, and I always try to not bring my personal life into my work, but sometimes it's just too much that you cannot take it anymore. So, okay, first instance, and I'm going to tell you this because there's a point that I want to make. Okay. First thing, which is something that I still, I want to say this. I am actively looking, as soon as I can, as soon as I can, to obviously go and talk and have, therapy and stuff like that. I'm pro therapy, pro psychology, psychiatry, whatever you need, just go and do your work, because as much as I do a lot of self, I don't know, looking and researching and self work, honestly. But there are some things, obviously, otherwise they weren't like professionals. So as soon as I will have the money, because it's a lot, but I'm going to look also into free stuff, because in Italy we should have I never looked into it, but I want to look and try to understand if I can have some help, because it's something that it's really bothering me, and it's something that if I don't feel now, and maybe this is why also I'm single, maybe this is also why I'm single from 1 year and 1 month, because I'm the type of person that if I have something unresolved with myself, I will never go and meet people and like bring this baggage with me, and the other person needs to understand what the hell is going on with you. Why are you like this? Like, because sometimes, you know, I go into these spaces and I don't want other people to, I know that you always have baggage, but if it's something big that you need to resolve before going into a relationship, at least for me, I believe that it's better, honestly. And also because I don't want to have a relationship. So it's a combination of both. But okay, the first thing that happened, which is, I believe, where everything started mostly, it's something that really, when I think about that, I'm really rational. I am really like, that was nothing. That was like, come on. That's even stupid to think about, but I don't know honestly. Okay, so some years ago, I don't know, 2 3, I don't know, I went, let's say I went into this relationship. I am pretty known amongst my friends for being really cut and dry. How do you say that? Like, when I have an opinion, I say it out loud. When I notice a pattern or something toxic or some, even, you know, if I notice something good, I will say like, oh, that's beautiful. But I'm the kind of person that try to look out for others, mostly, you know, my girlfriends, female women around me. And I'm also really, really aware of red flags, because, you know, when you come from a family where red flags is the daily basis, you start to notice, you start to understand. And honestly, among all the relationship that I had, and maybe this is why this relationship has been was, I don't know, was so, and still is so important for me in a way. I don't know. Because it was the first relationship where I didn't notice red flags from the jump. Not like the red flags that then later I saw were all red flags correlated to the fact that me and this person were from not opposite, but different cultures. So I'm Italian. He is, it's not that. This person it's not Italian, let's say. And the culture, it's something really, really important for this person, his culture. And I'm all like, embrace your culture, do whatever makes you feel, like religion and stuff. I will never try to change your opinion or your, I don't care, as long as you don't try to influence me in some way, like trying to manipulate me. I don't know if you understood. But the first red flag that, and this is where we start going deep, the first moment where I saw, it's not I saw, like I bumped my head like heavily on this freaking signal, was after 2 or 3 dates, I don't know. This person told me, yeah, but we were talking honestly about culture and the differences. I don't remember what was that, but the relationship / marriage stuff came up. And I always say I will keep saying I will never get married, and this is hilarious because of something that I will say later. Uh, I never wanted to get married, and I don't want to get married. And but in the culture of this other person, marriage is pretty important. It's something that people look for, families look for, and also people. So you do your life you live your life thinking about two main things: marriage and then taking care of your parents, which is something really beautiful. Honestly, I never had anything to say about this because it's beautiful. And but the fun thing happens when this person looks at me straight. Like we were going out, we really liked each other, obviously. And this person says to me with that dead ass expression, yeah, I'm going to marry like a woman from my culture. I was like, oh, okay, so we are just here playing, like, and for sure it was like the second or third date. It's not that I was thinking about marriage. Again, I don't want to get married, never wanted to. And it's not that after 3 dates I think, oh my god, you're the person of my life or whatever, my soulmate, shit like that. No, but in the same breath I can say, okay, if that's your plan, well, just go and look for your future wife. Like, you're losing time, honestly, with me. I'm thinking about you, not even about me. And in some ways, I don't know how, why, mostly why, I skipped with both of my feet on this, which again became pretty big problem. And this was the biggest red flag, because I knew, like I knew everything was perfect, everything was amazing, but I knew that there was like a ticking bomb, a ticking time machine, I don't know. And I fell for it. Instead of because I was aware, like, it's not that I'm stupid, I think, I don't, maybe I am. So I was aware of everything, and instead of saying, whoa, I'm like happy for you, perfect, amazing, but I'm out of this. I don't want to participate in this, because I know myself, I can get hurt, which happened, by the way. I don't want to do that. And if I'm not taking care of myself, I cannot expect other people to take care of myself, honestly. So it happened. We broke up after 3 months, and I was really, really hurt. It took me a lot to recover, to try to place, even if I knew the answers, even if I had the answers, it was like, I don't know, it was I was mad at this person, but mostly I was mad at myself for allowing myself to continue and to perpetrate this shit show, honestly, that I knew will hurt me, and it did. So there's many ways that I used to cope with shit that happens in my life. And when I'm in the mood, I go 1 year and 1 month and many other months alone, thinking and working on myself. But there were instances in my life where I just went without a direction, without following rules, without thinking, honestly. And again, I started another I started dating another person, and at the beginning everything was okay. But then I started from maybe 1 month to not 2 weeks to 1 month, I don't know. I started counting, honestly, the red flags. And again, all the signals, because this time the signals were pretty many signals, many red flags, many situations where I just went through, because I was probably feeling still hurt. I was trying to force myself to go on and to not think. But again, I think I'm not stupid, not that much. So my brain started recognizing all the red flags, counting them. I was pretty vocal with people around me. I was like, yeah, this person is amazing. This person is beautiful. But there are all these things that I know are problematic for me, for the person that I am, because obviously each person is different. Like, you know what you need in a relationship. Also a person that can match your like behavior, feelings, stuff like that. So I started noticing that we were not on the same page. But we went along, we continued, and then at a certain point we broke up. I broke up with him, and that was okay. But again, something went wrong, and I cannot explain it properly, honestly. And we had planned in some way or another a marriage, and I went along knowing, even on the day of this is why my brain keeps saying I will never get married, and because my brain did not record it, basically. That event, it did not record anything. And during this marriage, we were me, him, two people that were the testimony, I don't know how you call it, and the translator, which was his brother. We were 5. It was not a bad day, honestly, if you take out the marriage stuff. Like, I believe that my brain registered that event as a lunch out at sushi with 4 other people, honestly. But before and after that day, everything went down, and I was like, dude, you knew it. You knew everything. Why you kept going? Why? And this is the thing. I was like, I need to sneeze. So sorry for that. And this is the second big instance where I was aware. I was a ghost. Sorry, my brain. I was lucid. Can you say lucid? I was awake. I knew, but I went. And honestly, I hate my brain for this. I hate myself for this, because it's like, where is your problem? Why can't you step back? Why can't you say, no, I'm not going down this shit hole again? I don't know. So last instance, this is why everything circle back to the fact that while looking for the house, while planning the move here for my mom, my brother, everything. I knew. And I had told someone, I don't know who, maybe my friend, I don't know. But I knew that this is going to end badly. This is going, they won't last. My mother mostly won't last here because I know my people. I know my mother better than probably she knows herself. And I know myself. And I knew it, but I still went through. And the fact that I knew it came up even the day before I signed to buy the house, because the day before, like even in the morning, we signed to buy the house. Like I signed to buy the house, but in the evening I called my mother and I said, call my brother. And I was like, are you guys sure? Because I didn't give any money ahead. I didn't sign anything. I can back up. I can say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And there are no consequences, no repercussion, because again, I didn't give money, nothing. So I can just chicken out. And they were like, no, just go ahead. And the fact that it's okay to be scared, because it's a big step, I'm 32, but again, I never thought to buy a house and stuff like that. Even the fact that on the day before I called and asked these questions, and in the moment they said, no, go ahead. I knew something clicked in my head and said, no, don't believe this. It will end badly. But I still, the day after, in the morning, I still went and signed. And you cannot, all this to say that you cannot cry, you cannot, I cry for everything. That's another thing. But you cannot undo what it's been done. I cannot say, oh, I wish if, but no, it's happened. Deal with it, honestly. But I growing up, since I'm a pretty pessimistic, negative person sometimes when it comes to me, growing up, I tried to look at not the bright side, but the outcomes in another way. So every time something happens, I'm like, okay, this happened. You cannot do anything. Okay, just like this. I'm like, you cannot do anything to undo that, what happened. So just deal with it and try to understand what went wrong, what can you learn, what can you learn for the next time so you won't do that anymore. Oh, the video, okay, this morning was at 45 views and now it's 60. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Sorry. But after everything, after these three things, I said these three things because they came like one after another. So starting the first thing happened in 2023, like half 2023. Then the other thing happened half-ish 2024. This thing happened end of 2025. So tap. I hope that this year goes like, I don't want to do anything. Please leave me alone. The only thing that I want to do is stupid videos on YouTube. Thank you. So after everything that went down, I'm like, okay, you now realize that finally, maybe, that you don't have the tools to step back when you know you need to step back. Instead, your mind goes, sorry, I burped. Instead, your your mind knows, but your feet keep going. So you know that you don't have the tools yet. I don't know why, what it's wrong. So you know that you need to work on this, and you will work on this, and you will become a better person, and you will understand you better, and maybe you will also better understand what happened, why it happened, what was the reason why this shit happened. So yeah. And honestly, in 10 days, obviously I didn't only thought about these three things. It would be too easy, but this was the things that I worked on, thought about, and honestly, in this moment, the thing that I'm happy to think about, it's like I am not, because when I was younger, adolescent days, 20, I was so angry, and I said it in another video. I was angry at everything, mostly at people. So if I met someone and this person, I remember once, I don't know if this person watches my video, probably not, but so I went out with this person. Yeah, I had a lot of situations, but I don't care. So I went out with this person for 2 weeks. I really like this person, honestly. And I don't know why I got so attached to him. Maybe because we had some connection, like mentally, but also like some things in the past. I don't remember, honestly. But thinking about that, and I was so angry when he was like, no, I'm not ready for this, and I was sad, obviously, but I was so angry with him. I was like, what the is going on? What did I? So I was not so aware, honestly. And today I can say that maybe I found my place. If before it took me like years to understand the situation and maybe to come to the conclusion of not hating that person, today I can say strongly that even after I broke up with my ex-husband, even if this person had, let's say strange behavior, let's say, not in a bad way, honestly, because I have strange behavior too. But I don't hate him. I'm not angry at him, even if everything went down, and honestly, I'm just happy today to the fact that I came to the conclusion of the fact that, oh my God, that I don't hate him. I don't hate my other ex. The culture things one. And honestly, I don't hate my family. I don't hate my mother. Even if I'm sad, but this is a thing where I believe this is the drop. We say something like this. I don't know if you have it. We say something along the lines of, this is the drop that make the base fall. So it's too much water and then it spills like. So I believe this is the last drop for me to finally understand that I need to have pretty strong boundaries with my family, something that I never had. Because even if I was away 10 years from my house, I still had a pretty, not strong, it wasn't, not strong, pretty close relationship, which was not good, not. So this drop was really, really useful for me to finally understand that I don't need this kind of relationship in my life. I'm okay without, because it's not a relationship that gives me anything out of it. And also what it came out is the fact that I'm single. happily. Never been happy, honestly. Never been happier. And I believe that I will finally start working on one of the biggest problems that I had in relationship. And it's not that like every problem that comes out I need to back off. It's not that, because I'm also, this is the problem. Every time that there's a problem, and this is why also I left my ex-husband, because even if I knew from the jump that it was like a lost cause, everything, the relationship, the marriage, everything, I still fought. And this is also why I spend my energies in relationships that I know are done from the jump. And this is happened with the culture guy. I gave my everything, my freaking everything, with my ex-husband, with my family. And I'm not only talking about feelings, I'm talking about time, feelings, energies, money, everything, thoughts, everything. So I'm like, why I cannot, and I know I'm conscious about the fact that many of these things are results of trauma. I've always been in my family the mediator. So I always try to fix. I'm the fixer. So maybe this is a stemming. This is a stem. This is like a branch, let's say, an outcome of what I was growing up. So since I was a fixer in a relationship that was not meant to be at all from the jump, now I'm a fixer too in my life. I want and try to fix every relationship that comes into my path, instead of just looking at it as a lost thing, like you cannot fix everything. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do from now on. Tomorrow I'm going to take my mother to the train station, and she's going to leave. She's going to come back, I don't know when, to take the rest of her stuff, and my brother and his dog. And yeah, then it would be only me and the buddy here. Oh, è scuffing. Che succede? Scusa. Bah. He's okay. And I will focus all my energies on working on myself, on working on YouTube, on working on my business. And I really want to make it. I really want to make. I will do it. I want to do it, and I will do it. I don't care. I want to make this my job. I want YouTube to be my my first job, in combination with my other job, which is the small business. I want to do everything. I will do it because I'm not a quitter. I'm not. And since I'm a fixer, I need to fix myself. I need to fix my life. I need to stop fixing other people. So yeah. And honestly, I'm happy that I made this video today. Because if I made this video 3 days ago, it would be a pretty different video. And I'm also happy to have people around me. Few people, few people, but good people around me that support me, that check on me, that talk to me, that are there for me, honestly. And it's amazing. And and I would be fine. Honestly, I've always been fine, and this is something also that I need to keep in mind. I lived 10 years away, just counting on myself. So right now I will restart doing that, but with more, I will be more mindful of everything, of each moment, of each action, of each situation that I lived, and I will become a better adult, I hope. So yeah, I am finally fine, and I didn't thought, honestly, because I was so deep into that black hole, that I would come out on the other side. Like, I knew, because I also learned during the years after my mental breakdown, which was huge. I also learned how my mind works, that there are some days where I'm deep, deep down into the black hole, but also I need to give myself time. I need to sleep. I need to drink water. I need to try to relax my mind, and I will definitely come out on the other side. But sometimes I come out on the other side bitter, or I don't know, in some way or another. But I'm really happy that I came out on the other side this time with this mindset, because it's I believe, I don't know, it's a way of showing to myself, honestly, that I'm growing up, and that I'm learning how my mind works, and that I'm learning from my mistakes, and I'm finally understanding my pace. And yeah, that's it. So right now I'm going to film a bunch of videos, because I'm feeling it. I'm going to make some art, because I'm really missing, because it's been like 4 days that I didn't make anything, and I'm like, I need to make something. And so yeah, I'm going to upload this, and we will see each other really, really, really soon. Thank you. Bye. I hope you have a wonderful, what is today? Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday. It's it. Monday, Tuesday. Okay? Bye.